fa sempre aquí a Soldeu, a Gran Valira, quan una Copa d'Europa visita
If you feel it, it's yours. The Infinite Winter, Gran Valira.
Des de zona d'arribada cada vegada està arribant més gent interessada per saber com acaba aquesta cursa. Soroll a Andorra!
Well, good morning and welcome to the Europa Cup, day 2 in succession here in Soldeu, Andorra. It's the second giant slalom for the men in consecutive days, and it's another beautiful day in Soldeu. Yes, a little bit windy, but bluebird conditions, as it's absolutely perfect. The piste was certainly a test for the skiers yesterday, and we expect the same again today. A short and intense racetrack here, the Ave, that starts at 2,265 meters, a vertical drop of 428 on what was a fine day yesterday for Erik Solberg from Norway. 50 gates and a course length of just over 1,300 meters. Andreas Kollenberg, the course setter this morning, as 70 competitors from 14 countries will see us off, and the top 30 qualifying like yesterday for the second run. -4, a little bit frosty, but not too bad at all. And well, looking at the flags, the wind looked a little bit fiercer than the 2 kilometers an hour that we saw, but the main thing is the weather is perfect. There's 110 centimeters of snow at the top here in Soldeu, 80 at the bottom of the slopes, but we're expecting another snowfall at the end of the week, but it is perfect skiing conditions here in the Pyrenees. The competition jury of Wim Russell, Judith Luon, and Santi Lopez, the chief of the race here today, has got a rich history here in Soldeu. It's hosted 5 Europa Cup finals, and also has been a big hitter on the World Cup as well, last hosting the World Cup finals in 2023. But Lenz Heckler will get us underway from Switzerland, the world junior champion from last year in Morzine, as we have a look at the start list here in the giant slalom today. Some good performances yesterday from Mattias Ronengren as well from Sweden, as Northern Europe took the top 2 spots on the podium. Gelen Fever will start us off today, bib number 1. Andrei Jukurov, a 5th place yesterday, bib number 2. Bib number 3, that is Mattias Ronengren, who took that 2nd place yesterday. And the young sensation from Spain, bib number 4, who won the FIS World University Championships. Lenz Heckler, there he is, currently leading the way in standing. Slovan Parand from France, bib 6. Rasmus Bakovic, bib 7 from Norway. Well, yesterday's winner will be bib 15, Erik Solberg, as we have a look at the start list at the moment. Fever, Dukarov, Ronegren, Alex Albert, Sarah Kanter, who is thought of very highly, will go out bib 4, but some World Cup big hitters, Fadri Yanutin, who's got World Cup podiums, and there is yesterday's winner, Solberg, Salek Hofstede, Gilles Luiz, Kenny, Ivo Simone from Switzerland, somebody who's got a lot of experience for a young age. American Cooper Puckett is back out for a 2nd day in a row as well. The top 30 will qualify for this afternoon's 2nd run, where skiers are looking to get into the points and increase their World Cup ranking. Eric Reed from Canada, a very experienced 33-year-old, bib number 33 today. Also a good opportunity for the youngsters, 5 of this start list born in 2005. There's the final 4. The Andorrans will finish us off on home snow. 14 different nationalities competing today. Well, yesterday saw a win for Solberg, a 2nd place for Ronegren, 3rd for Lovan Parand from France. Some big movers and shakers. Stefano Pizzato moving up 16 places and leading for some of that afternoon session yesterday, finishing in 12th place, but having finished 28th after the 1st run. We know that this course will be a test to these ski races. And we are almost ready to rumble. 24-year-old Guillaume Fever from France will get us underway, skiing out of Courchevel. Took a podium in the giant slalom in the Europa Cup in Austria. Turnau just a week or so ago. That race won by Rasmus Bakvig. Rönegren taking the second place there as well, as just like yesterday. The Nordic first and second place, with the French taking third. Four World Cup starts for the 24-year-olds in the European Cup. This is start number 36, and he has the privilege to get us underway here in run one of the Europa Cup for the second consecutive day in the beautiful Andorra, Soldeu. Dylan for there gets his opening run, and this race's opening run underway on the top steep section. Finds the edges of his skis nice and early, maybe a little bit low into that turn, but it looks smooth so far for the Frenchman on the Slalom skis. Be interesting to see how skiers work through the tough opening steep, and it gets steeper again towards the end as well. The bottom of the course here that we've seen, 1,800 fans previously packed in here in Soldeu for World Cup and Europa Cup races. We'll have a wonderful view of these ski races coming into the last few gates. 50 gates separates top from bottom, as Dylan there is the first skier to descend in this opening run. So far, looking pretty smooth onto the edges, nice and early. Just once or twice looking like he might have just lost that fastest line, but over the finish line from France, 1:16.28. Not overly happy. There's some nice skiing, some good turns, but a couple of costly mistakes onto the brakes through those turns, as the races are going to come very thick and very fast. Here is Andrei Drukov, 25-year-old, into his runs early. Lots of rotation early on in the skis, but now he starts to find a little bit of rhythm, or he's almost lost a little bit of balance there as Drukov starts to try and nail down some early turns and keep the speed as well. He's got himself 0.18 of a second up, almost 2/10 up on Favre at the moment, but he's lost a little bit of speed here. He's a little bit high through those turns, Drukov, and he's gone. That's a disappointing start to the day for the Lithuanian skiing out of Bern in Switzerland. Let's have another look. Gets caught over the inside ski really early onto the edges, and loses his balance over the outside ski, and it's an early shower today for Drukov. Disappointing, having finished top 5 yesterday, tied 5th. Mathias Rönegren, an Olympian already, but he's on fine form in the Europa Cup this season. In the giant slalom, 2 consecutive second place finishes. He's looking for a 3rd podium in a row here. 0.05 of a second up for the Swede early on. Smooth skiing. This is where we saw the Lithuanian just come a little bit unstuck, but he's smooth. He's higher into the race line than we saw earlier on, and this is really good skiing again for somebody who's going to have a lot of confidence coming into this second race of the week. But he's somebody who's almost just had a fall there. He's lost a lot of time, almost half a second in the second split here from the Swede. A couple of mistakes. You saw him rotate the skis, and a lot of rotation happening there for Rodigan. He's going to have to try and push in this final third of this opening run, and that, well, doesn't do him any favors either. 0.85 of a second down, and after a very good start, he's hanging on. He's really trying to work his skis around the gate. He's lost his fastest line, and maybe the chances of a third podium in a row have just been squashed. He's half a second down on Favre at the moment, and we'll have to wait and see whether that is good enough for a top 30 position. You'd like to think so. Some frustration and relief. Alex Serracanta, somebody who impressed so many in Bardonecchia a couple of weeks ago. Oh, and he's gone over the inside. He's having to hang on so close to an early exit as well, just like we saw from Drukov earlier on from Lithuania. But the Spaniard manages to hold on here, and the gold medalist from the FIS Winter Universiade is struggling, and now he's gone. And the second section proving to be a problem for multiple racers and big hitters as well. The early bib numbers struggling on the Ave this morning. Well, the 10th place yesterday, the man from Melina Club de Sports in the winners enclosure, looking pretty relaxed at the moment, is Guerlain Favre at the 1:16.28. Early doors. No one getting too carried away. Well, the leader of the Europa Cup when it comes to giant slalom skiing, a winner of that Junior World Championships in slalom in Morzine last year. 2 Europa Cup victories to go alongside that. Lenz Heckler from Switzerland is looking smooth in the early turns. A little bit over the inside there, but he just finds the edge. He's over the inside of that left ski again, but he's just finding speed. He's 0.37 of a second up early doors as he looks to try and keep the foot on the gas in this second section. He's by far the quickest skier we've seen in these opening races this morning, but he's gone. And that's 3 already. Oh, okay, as we see a little 360 over the roller. Showing he's got a little bit of flair in his locker as well. But for the Europa Cup leader, that's not the start that he would have wanted. It's the same turn, isn't it? It's the right hand that you have to get the upper section so right to have the right line into this middle section. Otherwise, you could be heading for that early bath. 3 DNFs in the first 5 skiers. Wow. Okay. French national champ Lovan Parand, a 3rd place yesterday, but let's pay so much attention to this top part of the Ave course. It's, we said it's short and it's intense, and it's proving to be a battle for some of this season's best Europa Cup skiers at the moment. So far, so smooth for Parand at the moment, looking to make it a French 1-2. Currently 1,600 down through that first section of the course, but this is looking smooth, a little bit low, but this is exactly where we saw the likes of Heckler and Sarakanta, Drukakov struggle, but he's finding a little bit of speed. He's finding a lot of speed, is Paran. Skied the first section incredibly smoothly, kept a good line, and now the speed is coming on the lower section here in Soldeu. 0.2 of a second up after, but he's lost half a second in section 3. Paran heading towards the finish line. It looks like it could be a French 1-2. He's gone low, and my word, everyone's struggling. Paran is going to cross the finish line, that's for sure. But he's 0.3 of a second down on Favre. He actually found time, 0.06 of a second in sector 4. Which, looking at that picture and the amount of speed that he lost, is some effort. Favre winning, Paran in second. Rasmus Rakovic, another big hitter this year. Won in the Europa Cup in Turnau just a week or so ago. 2 podiums there in Austria. And this is really smooth. This is getting up early in the turn. Transfer onto the edges is smooth. The line is nice. He's 1600s down again, but Favre lost time as the race went on. It's another one who struggles, and it's exactly the same turn that sees Rakovic go as well. Coming in way too tight to the gate on the right-hander. Runs out of room for the next turn. I count that's 3, maybe 4 skiers in the exact turn that have found difficulties and ended up already with a DNF. Have a look at this, just 3 skiers from the first 7. We're talking about the best skiers in the Europa Cup this season. '20-year-old Oscar Sandvik. Can he be the 4th man to finish this incredibly tough course here on the Ave today? The Norwegian Andreas Kollenberger has set the course, so you'd expect that there might just be a little bit of an advantage for the Norwegian, but he's looking very low early on, and he's really having to work the skis around to stay in the racing line. It's smoother the last few turns, but he's half a second down due to those early problems. This is the section that's causing the most issues, and he's another one that goes incredibly low. The 2 gates so close together. And this is extraordinary stuff. Trying to get onto the edges of the ski, but it's so tight. In those 2 gates, those 2 encounters, to have to get up and transfer the weight whilst keeping the weight on the outside ski for as long as you can, so you can get the angles into the snow of the edges. The line coming into that turn is everything here this morning. Well, penny for the thoughts of the racers starting, knowing that everyone's struggling. Simon Moorberger, a World Cup skier, didn't qualify in Schladming, 16th position yesterday, but somebody who's got a wealth of experience in World Cup and Europa Cup racing, and he'll be hoping that that experience pays off here as he looks to try and navigate the top section as best as he possibly can. Almost 0.4 of a second down already, but this is the interesting part where we've seen 5 go already, and he's through it. He's smooth enough, and from Berger at the moment. You feel that he will find some speed on these lower sections. We've seen from the Frenchman already in Favre and Perrin that they lost speed in Sector 3 and Sector 4, but he's 1.16 behind. That's a lot of time that he has to make up here. The Italian, Sector 1, 4/10 down, and he's 4th quickest through Sector 2. 2nd quickest, though, through Sector 3. Maybe he is going to find a little bit of time in the hope that he can be there or thereabouts come the 2nd run today. Oh, the brakes have really gone on as it gets a little bit icy throughout this bottom sector. How is this going to fare from Simon Marburger? It's 4th position at the moment.
Only 4 races.
4 races have finished. 5 races have not. Alban Canafarina, the young Frenchman, another one that skis out of Courchevel, has come out really aggressive, and you can just see the edges vibrating against the snow in those early turns. This is very good from the young Frenchman as the French ski team try and take the top 3 spots for the time being. It's looking very good at the moment. The toughest section of the course that we've seen so far has been completed. He's a little bit low in there, but he's finding some good speed. Very direct and very aggressive from the start until now. He's found some time in the 2nd sector. 600ths of a second down. 15th place yesterday. 16th place in the Super G in France just a couple of days ago. 0.35 down. But this is where he can really make time on the likes of Perrin and Favre. It looks like he is starting to make some time as well. This is a quick lower section with no mistakes, and because of that, we have a new leader. Canafarina has just skied the fastest 4th sector. And because of that, he goes to the top of the tree, and it's a France top 3. Marco Fischbach, 28 years old, somebody else who comes into this race with a lot of experience. 8 World Cup starts, all in GS, 49 starts in Europa Cup skiing, 4 podiums, 800ths of a second down at the moment. He's very much in touch here. We know that it gets very interesting as long as you get through that tight right and left turn early on. You can find some speed on this lower section, and that will be where the likes of Favre and Perrin might just be kicking themselves, but a mistake or two from Fischbacher means that he's 0.77 off the lead at the moment. But this is quite smooth, strong in the legs. Fischbacher, that's for certain. Finding some really nice turns towards the end, and because of that, he's found some time. Marco Fischbacher from Switzerland trying to get his way onto the podium. 4/10 is the difference at the moment between 1st and 3rd. Pretty direct route. He's pushing incredibly hard, but there's a couple of mistakes you feel have just crept in there, and because of that, he has to settle for 6th place at the moment. Not ideal for Fischbacher, bib number 11 today. But as it stands, more skiers have finished than DNF'd. Simon Talacci, after a qualification yesterday, is back out here trying to improve on the 23rd position. Podiumed on the Europa Cup in Turnau just a week or so ago. So he's coming in a rich vein of form. Still in touch at 0.35 off at the moment, but still in the red. Early on to the edges. Very smooth, slow movements through the turns for the Italian. How is this going to rank up for the 24-year-old? He's lost time from sector 1 to sector 2, but still plenty of time to put the cat amongst the pigeons in 3 and 4. He's found some time in sector 3. This is smooth, it's a good line, getting tight to the gate, coming in high. It's been a very good lower section for him. Is it going to be in the top 3 for the time being, or is it going to be just outside? It's just outside in 5th position. 1.19 behind the lead set by Alban Canafarina. Well, it's been a crazy start to proceedings here in Soldeu. Some of the very best Europa Cup skiers this season have failed to make it down the Ave early on, but Tobias Kaslunger, the 25-year-old, of 5th place yesterday, somebody else who fans of the World Cup will know very, very well. Somebody who skied in World Championships and 34 World Cup starts, only another 17 in giant slalom. He's looking to improve on a 5th yesterday, but currently in 8th position, 1.36 behind the lead. Didn't qualify in Schladming, didn't qualify in Kitzbühel either, just at the back end of January, so he's looking for some solid points from this week's racing. Kaslunger, 1.06 off the lead at the moment. Just not quite as aggressive as we've seen from the likes of Canafarina at this moment in time, but it's a good lower section. But unfortunately, 8th position, he slots in behind Marco Fischbacher from Switzerland. And so far, the lowest place finisher. That was the one mistake. Fadri Yanutin, 25 years of age, another world-class skier descending here in Soldeu today at 7th position. Yesterday didn't qualify in Schladming either. In these early stages, the man who's won a World Cup podium in Team Parallel is just over 3/10 off the lead, but this is nice smooth skiing, really early and fast through this sort of middle section of the course. The flatter section has come through fairly unscathed. The parts of the course that have caused so many problems for others, but he's still almost at half a second down. Yanutin has to try and really push here through this flat section towards the end. The 25-year-old has found time, and this is really aggressive. You can see the whole body in the air early onto the edges. How is this going to fare from Fadri Yanutin at the moment? It's quick, we know it's closing down on Canafarina, but how does it finish? It finishes in 5th place at the moment. Gave himself a sniff. Over onto the inside early. Well, the winner yesterday, his first giant slalom victory, backing up a Europa Cup victory in slalom skiing for Erik Solberg from Norway. Again, a Norwegian set course here. Be interesting to see how yesterday winner finds some speed. He's found a lot of speed. My oh my, he's finding some incredible form this week. Smooth through that testing right to left turn. And can he try and increase his advantage through sector 2? 0.36 is some start. Nobody's been quicker than Favre out of that opening section so far, but this is some run so far from yesterday's winner, who's looking to make it back-to-back today. Yes, his first goal is to make it into the top 30. There is a mistake. You saw the ski slide. He's going to be penalised for that when it comes to his time, but he's in the green, and he's clearly in the green at the moment. Has he lost a little bit of time on his competitors? Does it really matter? It doesn't really matter at the moment. Lost over half a second, but he is well in the green here. Erik Soldeu. A fantastic opening sector. Paved the way to lead the way here in Gran Valeria. Simon Selleck, back-to-back Norwegian skiers here. 21 years of age. Can it be a Norwegian 1-2? A DNF yesterday for the boy and a DNF today as well. Disappointing coming off the back of a fourth position in the downhill in France a few days ago. It's getting a little bit more technical here in the GS, and he struggled to finish both days. Superb from Soldeu. He leads the way. Adam Hofstede, another one who didn't finish yesterday. Can he try and get some points in the bank here today? He'll be after a top set finish to get himself in this afternoon. A little bit wide on that first turn, but he's finding some good turns here in the opening sector. Not as quick as what we've seen from Canafarina so far. 0.88 down on the lead, but that's not much of a problem if he can keep control and keep his rhythm through this tricky second sector that we've seen. Well, 6 DNFs, most of them through this sector here. Soldeu was the second quickest in sector 1 and sector 2. Hofstede currently off the pace as it stands. Canafarina in second from France. It's France 2, 3 and 4 at the moment. Hofstede way off the pace, but could be good enough to get him back this afternoon, but too many mistakes. So there was an early one that's cost him, and he's struggled for his rhythm the whole way down, but 11th position at the moment. Sweden occupying 10th and 11th as it stands. That 8-man gondola, one way of getting your way to the top of this Ave race piece. There's also a chair that will get you there as well. It's been a fast and frantic opening morning here on day 2 of the Giant Slalom. As the American Bridget Gill 0.68 off charge at the moment. Trying to find his rhythm as well. The brakes are on maybe a little bit low into that turn, but he's come through unscathed, and it's good controlled skiing all the same. 1.53 off the pace. You can just see struggling to find the speed that we've seen previously from the others. This is better skiing though, into flat, some really good shapes, and knee getting right the way over the inside ski, but the balance over the outside. 1.93 down, the brakes are on a little bit here again from the American. It's not going to trouble the top 3 at the moment, but a place in the top 30 is what he'll be after. As he slots into spot number 11 in front of Adam Hofstede, behind Tobias Kassler. Stefan Luiz, the experienced German skier, 32 years of age, a 13th position yesterday for Lutz, a top 30 in the giant slalom in Schladming last weekend as well. So some really good skiing from him to leave Schladming in the points, but he'll be looking for some more today. That's for certain. He's almost half a second down after that opening sector. That's okay. He's somebody that can certainly find a little bit of time, and again, really smooth through this flatter section. But hasn't quite had the speed to compete with the top guns at the moment. It's 1.23 behind, and he's gone. Let's hope there's nothing too serious here. He seems to reach for his knee, the Winter Olympian. She didn't finish in Sochi, but you could tell that it was an injury for Luiz, and we just hope that he's okay. There's a lot of skiing left this season. Well, Patrick Caddy from the USA, 27 years of age. Didn't finish yesterday, didn't qualify in Schladming, so after a 4th place in Ternau in Austria, he'll be looking for a little bit of a change of fortune here. Sorry. Michaela Remsoy, things are moving very quickly this morning here. It's 0.81 off the lead at the moment. For Remsoy, it's been very smooth since opening sector, but again, you've got to try and ski with the aggression to keep the clock on your side. A 19th place yesterday for another impressive Norwegian here. It just shows that his results have been getting better in Austria, the 37th and the 25th position. Some good skiing to finish us off, and he goes into 7th place. Norway still leading. Samuel Bissig, been waiting 3 seasons for a victory here on the Europa Cup. He's 27 years of age now, and he's a little bit low early on. He hasn't quite got the line that we've seen that's been advantageous to those at the top of the standings at the moment, and because of that, he's over a second down already, a 14th place yesterday. And some better skiing here into the second section. But he's lacking some of the speed that we've seen from the likes of Soldeu, who was just so quick in the opening two sections here this morning. 1.44, the deficit. Somebody who podiumed at the World Junior Ski Championships, a second and a third place finish 2017 and 2018. He's holding on a little bit here as well. A little bit wide into that gate, trying to find a good line where he can get onto the edges early. And well, just behind Janutin. Good skiing. It's only going to get more difficult out there. You have to say, yeah. It's the quickest through Sector 3, and it's only hundreds off in Sector 4 from being the fastest, so good skiing. Livio Simone from the beautiful Lenza Heidi Valbella. That's held their fair share of World Cup races. Lenza Heidi on the parpan piece. Simone, 26 years of age. There's 3 attempts outside, but at the moment that doesn't matter. It's good skiing so far from Simone, as he'll be looking to put himself into a good position for this afternoon. We know that anything can happen. We know that we've had our fair share of great skiers DNF, and one ski comes up as he tries to get into the turn early. He's lost a little bit of time on the leader at the moment, but Simone is going pretty well after an 18th place finish yesterday. Didn't qualify in the World Cup in Schladming, didn't finish last time out in Turnau in the giant slalom, and he's lost some more time in the lower sections of this very tough and intense course here in Andorra. Switzerland, 6, 7, 8. Well, he took an 8th position in Turnau, the first Europa Cup event in the Austrian resorts on the 24th of January. Albert Ortega. That's an interesting stat. 2 times a World Cup starter, the 26-year-old now coming out heavy, but he's coming out very quick, and because of that he has to compromise a little bit in the line. Didn't qualify in Schladming, didn't finish in Austria. 8-4 behind Ortega. Skis this difficult part in the second section very well to try and tee himself up for a fast finish here, but he's gone too low as well. And everyone can feel the frustration from the Spaniards. Another one that falls to this tough Ave course today. Francesco Zucchini, 21 years old. He's still got a fair amount of experience in Europa Cup skiing. This is start number 18 for him. Still looking for his first podium. Made that debut in 2019 for a FIS event in Soldeu. Came 14th. He's in a pretty good position here after a 26th place finish. Made the points yesterday. He's made the points into now as well. 23rd place finish for the Italian from Fiammi Giali. Just losing a little bit of his flavour into this sector 3. You can see that the speed has just gone a little bit for him. He's pushing, trying to get everything looking down the hill as quickly as possible. Almost over the inside there. It means he has to turn quick into that left. And over the finish line, 15th as it stands. 16 skiers have completed this course. 7 DNFs so far. Diego Oracioni, another skier out of the Three Valleys in Courchevel. Another place blessed with rich ski history for tourists and racers. 24 years of age. This is a good start. He's just under 2/10 in the red, but this is where it becomes incredibly tricky and where we've had our skiers face most of our problems today. But this is so far so smooth. Oracioni is getting down a pretty impressive run at the moment. 0.75 down for the Frenchman. 6th position through that second sector. Again, some good turns here. 1.12 off the lead, but this could still be a time that gets within the top 5 at the moment. Impressive skiing towards the finish line. Oracioni, and it is 5th position. 1.07 from bib at number 26. That's an impressive ski. Really low into the turn, into the transfer, high, and then trying to get onto the edges as quickly as possible. Well, talking of big movers yesterday, Stefano Pizzato from Italy moved up 16 places in the second run to secure 12th position. A superb second run, although he wasn't overly happy about it himself for some reason. That 12th position, a huge improvement on Austria last week, where he was 35th. Somebody who took a second place finish in Bardonecchia in the World Universiade a couple of weeks ago in the Piemonte region of Italy. Has 0.93, still very much in touch. This is maybe a good sign for Stefano Pizzato. Another one skiing out of Gruppo Sportivo Fiammi Oro. 1.09 off the pace at the moment, but as we know, that's good enough for a top sort of 6th or 7th position. So if he can just keep his concentration, find just a little bit more speed, he might just be challenging that top 5 place. But at the moment, 8th position is 20 places better than yesterday for the youngster. Cooper Bucket from Steamboat, the youngster from the USA, just 21 years of age, 17th position yesterday. He's also been on the World Cup in Schladming, but couldn't qualify last week, and to now a 15th position at 28, so he's been there or thereabouts in the points, and he'll be looking to try and find a little bit of speed, but again, he's over half a second behind in that opening sector. but he's somebody that can certainly find a little bit of speed on the leaders from Sector 2 to Sector 4. This is looking like smooth skiing at the moment. The gates get a little bit more direct, and he looks very quick through there. Maybe a little bit of an error there from Bucket at the moment. 0.73 down, but this is still great skiing from the American as he looks to make a charge on the top 3 here in Andorra. 0.93, still very much in touch. He's lost a lot of speed though. Bucket towards the end, he's really putting the brakes on as he tries to find the quickest line possible, but once you make one turn out of turn, it becomes a real big issue from there on in. And he's lost a lot of time in Sector 3 and Sector 4, but he'll be sitting in 11th place with some very good skiing on those top sections. Joshua Sturm, 23 years old, from Austria. SC Ski Club Leonhard. Just showing that some of these late bib numbers, these mid-range bib numbers, can still cause a few problems for the early starters. 8th position yesterday. You're looking to get there or thereabouts again today. That's off the back of 3 races where he didn't qualify on the World Cup. So like many of these skiers, they're looking to try and get some points on the board and try and find some form in these Europa Cup races, get back in the World Cup and to get qualifying. 0.92 down at the moment, still within a second after Sector 2, so certainly not a bad run here in very testing but very good firm conditions in Soldeu. Two, 3. At the moment, Solberg still in charge. But this is very good from Sturm. I think he's going to be in touch here somewhere. Did he find some time? He did find some time in Sector 4. 7th quickest in Sector 4 today. Because of that, he's got himself up to 6th position. And that's a very good return for an opening run, bib number 29. Leonardo Seppi, 22 years of age. Didn't finish yesterday, so he'll be looking to make amends here today. Oh, and he's gone almost over, but he's rescued it incredibly well. Strengthened the legs and great balance from Seppi. 1.52 though, and he's hanging on for dear life through these turns. And it might not be a second consecutive DNF here in Andorra for Seppi, but it will be a heavily delayed time due to that error. And again, you make one error in here, it's incredibly difficult to make that amends and to bounce back. Seppi will be outside the top 30, you would think, today as well. It's start number 17 for him in giant slalom skiing in the Europa Cup. 21st position as it stands. Well, the leader still, Erik Solberg, at the moment from Norway. As Hannes Zingerle, somebody who we know well, 29 years of age, 44 World Cup starts to his name. In giant slalom, 78 in Europa Cup. Starts as well as it is moving very thick and very fast. 2 races taking to the piste at the same time. Currently for Zingerle, it's 1.53 off the pace in 12th position. As we catch up with Jesper Vollquist from Norway. 0.95 off the top at the moment. Solberg's top sector, 20.55. Time to beat through those opening turns. 50 gates here for the skiers to tackle today. 1.61 off the pace so far for Jesper Vollquist as Hans Graal Madsen gets started on the top right of your screen. Vollquist coming towards the back end of his run, almost 2 seconds behind at the moment for the Norwegian. Norway currently in 1st and 14th position, 19th now as well for Vollquist. More Norwegian skiers on the hill in the top section. Hans Graal Madsen, 0.59 behind at the moment. That's 10th position as it stands. It's still France in 2nd and 3rd place as we look towards the top 30 to compete in the second run a little bit later. Still good skiing though from Hans Graal Madsen. And from any bib number outside the top 30 to get yourself somewhere around the top 10 would be a very good return. Hans Graal Madsen looking pretty strong here as Louis Molen Schultz from Australia gets underway on the top right of your screen. He's gone aggressive out of the bat as well. Over the finish line, Hans Graal Madsen, 1.16. It's superb skiing and into 7th place. Louis Molen Schultz, just under a second. What a run that was from Hans Graal Madsen to move himself up. Bib 34 in to 7th position, but Joshua Sturm as well from Austria, bib 29 into 6th position. Orecchioni too, bib 26 into 5th position as the Australian Moulton Schultz heads. Oh, we got a little bit of a boot shot from our cameraman as well. 2.62 behind at the moment for the Aussie. Brakes run a little bit towards the end here as Sandro Zeebrugge is underway at the top right of your screen. The Australian crosses in 24th position in his disappointment for the Swiss skier Zeebrugge. He will have a DNF next to his name after an error on the top section.
En aquesta Copa d'Europa, en aquesta modalitat de Slalom gegant masculí. Ahí no va acabar la segona mànega. Esperem que avui sigui millor.
Raphael Rederer from Austria. Clear track in front of him here as we've just seen some bib numbers stake a little bit of a claim here in Soldeu. The likes of Pizzato, bib 27, currently in 10th position after a few early DNFs. Bib numbers 23 to the early 30s, really starting to stake a claim on the top 10 and all around it. 0.92 turns into 1.97 for Rederer here. As Dilo Kunz looks to get his race underway. Eduard Hallberg from Finland will go next, bib number 39. Rederer towards the end of his run. 2.59. Smoother skiing towards the end, that's for sure. It's aggressive off the top from Koens here. He goes really wide. He's very close to DNF, but Farida at 25th position. He's inside the top 30, 3.57 off the lead at the moment, as we know that Koens has come out really heavy in the start, fast, but 2.30 behind, currently in 27th position for the Swiss skier. Certainly hasn't lacked on the aggression front early on, but finds himself 3.15 off of the lead after a couple of those mistakes. Eduardo Hallberg from Finland, next out of the start gate on the challenging upper section here in Ave, as Koens looks to hold on, and somebody who came out very aggressive is now hanging on to every little bit of speed that he can, as it's another fast start at the top from Hallberg from Finland, and for Koens at the bottom of the slope, it's 26th at the moment for him. Hallberg, who looked incredibly quick off of the bat. He's within a second of the lead, bib number 39 at the moment. Again, big figure, skis quite close together, but he's dynamic in the turns. The Finn here, he's lost almost 0.3 of a second in the second sector. Expori gets his race underway at the top of the Ave course. Hallberg coming to the conclusion of his, and how is this going to fare? Certainly has put in quite a good run here. Could it be top 30? It's top 20 for Hallberg. It's a very good ski. And you'd think, although he's not happy with it himself, that it might just be good enough to see him again this afternoon. Some great shots of Hallberg. Hand dragging, but getting incredibly low. Just losing a bit of the balance over the outside ski. The DNF for Borg from Switzerland brings in William St. Germain from Canada. Let's see if he can, fortunately, it's an early bath for him as well. Over the inside, a lot of pressure building up there. Alberto Battisti from Italy. 2 DNFs in a row. We had that earlier on, didn't we? Well, junior champions DNF, and the leader of the Europa Cup so far, Lenz Heckler. DNF. There's another one. This course is proving to be an incredibly tough one. Solberg made it look easy, but it certainly isn't that here. Day 2 of action from Soldeu. A nice little 8-man gondola to take the skiing for the day here in Andorra. Oh, Eric Reed, 33 years of age, and somebody will be looking to get it the points today. Specialises in slalom and giant slalom. Somebody who we would hope to be in that top 30. His first World Championships was in Beaver Creek in the USA. Finished in the top 30 there in giant slalom. Coming from a ski family, Canadian races. 6/10 down. 2 medals in the World Championships in the team events. A silver at Beaver Creek and a bronze in Maribel. 12 seasons on the World Cup as well. 1.5 seconds down for Reed. And just keeps getting a little bit slower for him as he's trying to push as much as he can. Mathieu Favre starts his race top right of your screen, but for Eric Reed, is it going to be there or thereabouts? 26, he's going to have to watch very closely. Favre's gone. It's that section again that's just caused so many issues. Too tight, a little bit too quick, as should be rider Sasha to go from the USA, 21 years old, from Sun Valley. Didn't finish yesterday, and he's gone so aggressive out the gate here today. He's managed to find a decent line after those early mistakes, though. But he's already 1.5 seconds behind the leader. Let's see if he can catch up a little bit of time through here. Hasn't quite got the speed as we've just seen where the mistakes happen. So he's got good control through that tough second section. But at the same time, he's got to chase, and he's got to chase hard. Yesterday's second place finisher, Matthias Ronigan, 1.19 off the lead, currently in 8th position as it stands. Still in touch though, Sasha for a top 30. Kilian Plamstaller from Austria is getting underway on the top right. Sasha's 3 seconds behind the pace at the moment. Certainly won't be top 20. Will it be top 30 for the American? Yes, it will be top 30 for the time being. Sargent really wide and having to get really over inside as we have a look at the another one that's tough out there today for Europe's best skiers. That was Plamstaller who went over the inside, and Toro Kovainen next from Finland on a day where currently -8 out there today in Soldeu. Certainly nice and cold, especially on that upper section that we're facing the northwest, the slope, and should keep for great conditions all day long. The Finn to a good start, 0.84 off the lead at the moment. A little bit low there, he's going to have to work hard. And it's that brutal right turn again for Torvainen that finishes his day earlier than he would have liked. He made the top 30 yesterday, 28th position, the Finn, having won in FIS Alpine, a FIS event back end of January. There's another one that unfortunately goes, and we hope that he's okay. Leo Audi really trying to work his skis back round into the fast line, but let's just hope he's okay. 20-year-old Italian who didn't finish yesterday. It'll be a DNF for him again today. Well, you can hear a lot of noise for Peder Lunda in the start gate here. Trying to fire up his athlete, one of the coaches, as Lunda is underway here, looking pretty fast. A lot of separation in the legs there. 8/10 off as it stands, but for Lunda, not a bad start at all. Still Solberg at the top at the moment, looking absolutely tremendous this week, looking to go back to back here in Soldeu. It's been sublime from him this week, as we're looking to confirm the top 30 that will go in reverse order for tomorrow, as Felix Markstein starts his run. A little bit low on the gates early on, as we look for a little bit of movement maybe in the top 30 here, and it is Lunda that takes 26th position, pushes Eric Reed down to 27th at the moment. Oh! And that's Marksteiner into the fence. That's not what we want to see here. There'll just be a short delay here. Hope that Felix Marksteiner is okay. 22-year-olds just taking a bit of a stack into the side netting. Didn't finish, yes, they didn't finish to now either, as we get another look, but third place at the moment, bib number 1. Good start for Ghislaine Favert. Lazy Canafarina in second position. Yesterday's winner is the current leader, Erik Heistad Solberg. That's the standings at the moment, with the top 30 qualifying for the second run later on today. And if you are, say, 25 to 30, you might just be sweating. There's Castellunga from Italy, experienced racer. Marburger, you'd expect to see him back, and there's been some really good movements from the likes of Diego Oraccioni, bib 26th up to 5th, and Joshua Sturm 29 up to 6th. Kunz is on the bubble at the moment. Solberg's time that leads the way. Race is just interrupted due to that crash from Philip Marksteiner. So We hope that he's not hurt, which doesn't look like that's the case, which is incredibly good news. And secondly, we hope that his confidence doesn't take too much of a whack either. Well, we get another look at it. It's not so serious. Didn't quite hit the side netting with so much speed. We just hope that he's okay. He can dust himself off. Something that nobody wants to see. Now Alpine ski racing. Thomas Slalom will get us back underway after the short delay here. And a little bit of extra time in the start gate for Lardon here, but good first few turns from him. Skiing out of Alpe d'Huez in France, 0.85 off at the moment. That's a competitive opening section for him. Didn't qualify yesterday, so he'd just love to be amongst it today. He just snuck in the points, but he's gone as well. Took a 5th place finish in the FIS Winter Universiade in Bardenheck here a couple of weeks ago. French national champion a few weeks before that. Federico Toscano. Would love to improve on that 12th place finish that's currently his personal best. here today, but difficult conditions now. Toscano with Hannes Amann coming up next from Germany. Toscano 1.23 off of lead at the moment, the 24-year-old from San Bernardino. Another one that stuck in the points yesterday, 29th place finish. Another one that skied in the Universiade in Wardenecke, 17th position. That 12th position coming in Zinel in Switzerland just before Christmas. So we'll be looking to get back to those sorts of results and those performances as well. Hannes Amann starting his run at the top as Toscano comes to the end of his 4.17 down after the third sector. Over the finish line in 30th position. Likely we're going to see him again this afternoon, but who knows? Stranger things have certainly happened. Let's tune in with Amann, 22 years old from Mindelheim. I think that anything under a second in the red at this stage after that top sector certainly isn't the end of the world. Didn't finish yesterday, so love to get himself into a spot where he can get in within that top 30. Alessandro Pizzio from Italy out next at the top and skiing the top section. Another one coming out very aggressively. You can hear the pressure on the skis and the legs for the German Amann. Took a 6th in the national championships, second in the FIS event in Bulgaria. Beautiful place. He's 28th position as we go with Alessandro Pizzio. Bib 54 from 70. 1.43 down. Well, this is skiing that hopefully takes him into that top 30 for Pizzio. Erik Giskas up next from Norway. Then we have Swiss representation, Australians as well. Up next, Giskas at the top of your screen. 28th position for Pizzio. Into the top 30. .45 down at the moment for Giskas, and he's gone. Jakob Eisner from Austria goes very low, manages to hold on to it, but he's got to try and get himself back in line. He fails to do so. So another DNF here today. 13 skiers remain, and nothing more frustrating. For young ski racers who have put so much time and effort, preparation into these runs, just for one mistake to be so costly. There is Eric Weiler. Let's see if Swiss Olympian can deliver the goods here today. 23 years of age, and another one didn't finish yesterday, finds himself already almost a second and a half down. Not tons of speed through Sector 2. Some top 20s in the Europa Cup, and podium in the Super G and Retta Realm. So we're looking to try and find some form in this more technical discipline of ski racing. It's a little bit separate down there as well. The brakes are on. There's a lot of pressure underneath the skis as Hugh McAdam gets his run underway at the top, and currently way off the pace for Weiler at the moment, and you'd think because of that we'll be outside the top 30. 33rd position in front of Koons. Or McAdam's gone. Another skier struggles here on the Avid. Marius Senhofer from Germany, finding some very good speed out there at the moment. Over a second off the lead at the minute, but some good skiing. A little clip of the gate there, line's a little bit too tight. Oh, and then he's almost over the inside, and then finds his line again courageously, but I feel that he's only going to find himself further off the lead, and it's way further off the lead, almost dropping 2 seconds in Sector 2. Solberg still the leader after 1-1. Run 1. Canna, Farina in second, Favre in third. France currently hold second, third, fourth and fifth place here. Senhofer will be off of or outside of the top 30. Emil Bauer, another French skier, is ready to descend. 2 French skiers in a row coming our way, with Charlie Woodbridge after Bauer. Well, Bauer 2.85 off of the lead at the moment into the final turns here on the Ave. Can he put a run together that will secure that top 30 place and a second run this afternoon in the points? He's lost a lot of time in Sector 3, and it's going to be very, very tight. You think at the moment he's going to be on the wrong side of it. He's struggling a little bit for speed throughout the closing stages. Bauer, is he going to be in the top 30? No, 35th for the Frenchman. On the top right of your screen, Charlie Woodbridge has gone. Well, has he? Looks like he's managed to get everything back on the bar here. Woodbridge having a look at this one, 3.34 behind. And what looked like an early costly mistake on the top section. On the small window at the top of your screen, managed to savour it. And Thomas Rayner starts his run as Woodbridge comes to the end of his 4.30. to be another one you feel outside of that top 30, as not many skiers left. Here, Woodbridge into 36th position, with 5 seconds off. Rayner, 1.35 off the lead at the moment. Fabio Alessina is next to the set. Not many skiers left here in Soldeu in this opening run, where Rayner collision with the gate, but both come off unharmed. 2.30 after the second sector. A little bit heavy in the turn on the flatter section. He's lost a little bit of speed there as Alessina gets his run underway. Good turns this from Rayner to finish. Might be in touch here. Rayner might be in touch. 31st position is just on the outside of the bubble at the minute. It's disappointing for him. Also disappointing for Alessina. It's been a tough day for Europe's premier skiers. Max Öhler from Sweden, bib number 68 from 70. Can he ruffle a few feathers? It's another one that's not going to finish today, unfortunate for Max. DNF yesterday and a DNF today as well. Some good results in Sweden. Just looking to break through on the European Cup. Start to get some finishes to his name. Arthur Hood, 34th position for the 19-year-old Frenchman. Some good experience being gained here for the young man from Val Thorens. Some good early turns to match it as well. Took second in the Couzaz in France in a FIS event. He's 1.24 off the lead at the moment, but he's had some good results domestically, looking to turn that into some top 30s. He had just outside the top 10 in the National Junior Championships last year, but wants some Europa Cup points and wants a top 30. Arthur Hood at the moment 2.89 off of the pace as it stands. It's some good skiing from the 19-year-old as Bartolomé Gabriel Gutierrez starts his run, the Andorran skier skiing on home snow. He'll know this Ave course better than most, one would think. Towards the finish line here for Arthur Hood. And he's 34th position, the same as yesterday. 1.5 seconds almost off the pace for Gutierrez. Doran skiing in a good spot, and big opportunity for these skiers to race on the Ave course. 3 seconds off the pace set by Solberg at the moment, who was absolutely sublime, looking to go back to back yesterday. Remember, the current World Cup leader for giant slalom, with a DNF today in what's been very difficult for all of these European Cup skiers. And 36th position in the Andorran flag, flying high, and that is great to see. Well, there are the results. Solberg looking to go back-to-back. Top of the tree at the moment. Canifera leads a French second position all the way through to 5th. A great ski from Ericcioni put him up from bib 26th up to 5th. And as we have a little look at the top 30 is confirmed. The skiers that we will see back this afternoon for the second run. Jesper Volquist from bib 32, but Eric Reed secures his spot. The experienced Canadian in 27th position. And rider Sasha just on that bubble. Well, disappointment for the skiers. Commiserations for those who didn't make the top 30 on what was a very tough course to deal with here in Soldeu. And a lot of DNFs there. Some very strong skiers missing out on collecting more points for the European Cup race and also the World Cup race as well. Well, Ghislain Favre takes third position into that second run. Alban Canafarina in second. A time that was 0.57 behind Eric Heistad Solberg. Superb run, almost 6 tenths clear of everyone else. Well, there you have it. We'll be back shortly with the second run from Andorra. A brilliant morning skiing though on the Europa Cup, and the Avet has caused a few issues for the European Cup's finest. It'll be interesting to see what happens in run 2 that will be starting in just about an hour and a half's time. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be intriguing stuff. Will Solberg go back to back here on the Europa Cup, having won his first GS yesterday?